Great to see all of your smiling faces. Sometimes you just gotta like spend a few minutes and just listen to some music and just relax, right? It's just good for the soul. So hope you enjoyed my music choice. I like to listen to music like that when I'm working. I just find that music with no lyrics, just some beats in the background is just a good way to kind of get into flow and to get started with the day. So good to see everybody. Happy Wednesday, by the way. I was commuting this morning on my bike and I was like, today's Tuesday. I'm like, no, wait, today's Wednesday because there was no class on Monday. So tomorrow's our last day of class and it's Friday feedback and it's already the weekend. So happy Wednesday to everybody, the middle of the week. Before we jump into today's lesson, I received a few emails last night from people that were unhappy with their grade for the break time slide. Maybe they got docked a point because their image was a little bit unclear, or they got docked a point because the text was a little bit hard to read. So I just want to give you an example of what an A looks like. All right, this is one of our colleagues. She created this slide. If you look here, this is a very nice looking slide. All right, can everyone see that? Okay, can someone let me know if you can see that?
It's really blurry
It's a little blurry
on my end. Yeah.
on your end. Okay, well, um, the slide, as you can see here, this person put a border around the pictures. They did colors that were consistently themed. If you even notice the color of the fruit inside the salad, which I'm not even sure what that is because I'm not that daring of an eater. If you let me know in the chat box, that'd be great. Matches the color of the border as well. The lunch break is very clear. It's not pixelated. She even has a little symbol of a timer next to the 45 minutes. Like this is an A. All right. Like this is an A. This person clearly spent a little bit of time working on this. Um, they clearly know what they were doing. Some people, in our class, it was pretty clear that they just found a picture online. The first one they saw, they threw up there. They found some text, they threw it up there, and they did it in 30 seconds, and then they submitted it. And some people got upset because they got 4 out of 6, or 5 out of 6, or 3 out of 6. So that was you, and you emailed me last night saying I don't think my grade was fair. Take a look at this. This is what a 6 out of 6 is. And if you feel like, well, mine's the same as this, then that's fine. I'm happy to chat during my office hours tomorrow at 3:15. But just like this is what excellence looks like, guys. This is like somebody who took their time, who really made sure it was the best it can be, and submitted really, really high quality work. So I just want to put that out there and let you know that this is what a good grade looks like. So I know some people were upset, not upset, but they just were curious, like why did I get 3 out of 6, 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6, as opposed to 100? And it's because, well, this is what 100 should look like. This is the best it could be. Um, so yeah, that's why I just want to share that really quickly with everybody. Amir, do you have a question or comment?
Yeah, just an eyesore for me. So in this slide, when you're seeing it on the presentation, are the white borders there?
No, they're not. This was just to kind of download the PDF version. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, they're
okay.
not there in the actual original content. It's a good question. Yep. Yeah, Jason.
uh, to challenge on what we're doing with deliverables. What do you want for mass email from midterm? You said you want us to mass email a group, but what do you want CC'd exactly?
You
And
don't
this
have,
goes for the calendar marker as well.
yeah, you don't have to CC anybody because you're not actually sending the email, Jason. All you need to do is just create an email inviting people to your event, and you have to put anything into CC or to anybody. Just compose the email, compose the calendar marker, screenshot it, and put it in the PowerPoint, and that's it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And Claire.
Good morning, Eric. So, quick question. So, when we're uploading stuff onto Schoology, would you prefer for us to upload it as a PDF? Is that easier for you, or do
No,
you want
no,
it in a doc?
no. Whatever is easiest for you, I can work with because what I do is I download them all anyways, and then sift through them. So whatever's
Thank you.
easiest for you. Yep. Thank you for asking. So I just wanted to share that with the group that's an example of what high quality work looks like because I say this as a word of encouragement to all of us. If this scenario were real and you were going to sitting at your office in Manhattan, and your boss was in, the part of the country, and he said, "Oh my gosh," or she said, "Oh my gosh, I need a break time slide." And you just found a quick picture and it was all pixelated, it didn't look good. You put some quick text in, couldn't really read it, and send that to your boss. Your boss would probably be like, "Hey, this is not good work," not because he or she's a mean person, but because like you're representing the company, to the client that this person's giving the workshop for. And if it looks like something someone did in 30 seconds, it's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for them. So I just want to encourage all of us, when we're submitting our deliverables, to really think like, do I want this to represent me, or am I just trying to get it done as quickly as possible and move on to my next thing? One more thing, and then I'm gonna conclude this portion. Is some people also commented like, "You gave me this grade," and I would encourage all of us to rethink what that means. Like, do I give you a grade or do you earn a grade? Right? Like, what? There's a difference there, isn't it? Like, I don't go through and say, "You know what? Like, I love Izzy's background. He always says good things in class, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a good grade. Thanks, great job, Izzy." But I'm not going to say, "But Tog Rule, I'm not so sure about him, so I'm going to give him a low grade because I don't really like, me and Tog Rule don't get along." Of course not, which is not true. Me and Tog Rule get along just fine. I don't give anybody grades. I look at the quality of your work and I say, did you do what was on the rubric? Did you do it with excellence? And then you earn the grade. I don't, put my own opinion into anything other than did the rubric match up to what you were aiming to achieve. And the same thing with infractions. Sometimes it's easy in year up to say, "Oh, well, he gave me an infraction, she gave me an infraction." It's like, well, the language we try to use here is I earned an infraction. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So therefore I earned an infraction. And that kind of ownership over your work and over your decisions, I think will really take you a long way. I just want to encourage you with that. So to answer Audrey's question, the midterm will probably be graded early next week. Yeah, it's not due till tomorrow night. So you have until then, and I'll go ahead and get that grade probably starting on Friday into Monday, Tuesday, and hopefully be done by Wednesday. And that'll be that there. So any questions, comments on deliverables, expectations, all that good stuff? If you felt like my grade wasn't fair, I'm more than happy to talk about it. Come to office hours at 3:15 tomorrow, and we can chat. Yes, and Claire?
I just have a question pertaining to the midterm. So I know that you want 6 to 8 slides, and I know that one of those slides you want the calendar, the flyer, and I'm missing something. The calendar, the flyer, and something else all on one slide. So the remaining 5 to 7 slides, right? You want are we dedicating those slides to whatever our topic is, like educating our audience on whatever that topic is? I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing.
Sure. Thank you for asking. We also, probably should spend a few minutes talking the midterm because it's due tomorrow night for those who are still working on it. So the first thing is I'm looking for an email, a calendar invite, and a flyer. Okay. If you want to put them all on one slide, you can. You can put them on one slide each, whatever is easiest for you. I'm also looking for 6 to 8 page PowerPoint in addition to those slides. So it's not page 1 is my email, page 2 is my calendar invite, page 3 is my flyer, and then I'm going to do a 3-page presentation or that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 6 to 8 page PowerPoint after that. Okay, and then to answer your follow-up question, Anne Claire, is yes, that's supposed to be what your presentation is about. I'm not looking for fancy graphs. I'm not looking for complex data. I'm not looking for any of that. I'm just making sure that you know how to build a basic PowerPoint that's utilizing themes, and that's designed well, and is well placed. So really, the theme, well placed photos, and clear text. You have those 3 things, you're good. And somebody actually raised me, and I'm glad that they did. For those of you who are working on PowerPoint with the Europe laptops, I was brought to my attention that you can't use transitions, I believe. So that's not part of the grading now. So there's no reason to put transitions. So don't worry about that. Really, I'm looking for that you have the calendar invite, the email, the flyer, in addition to 6 to 8 PowerPoint presentation slides. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Jesus.
Are the Europe laptops transitions aren't available when you do it through the web browser, but the laptop should come with a PowerPoint already downloaded into the computer itself. So if you use PowerPoint through that, you should be able to use transitions for whoever's having trouble with that.
Oh, thanks for the heads up. Yes, if you want to implement those, you can, but that is not included in the rubric. Really, I'm just looking to make sure that you have a clear idea on theme, photos, and text. Yep, Jason.
Is the introduction and the closing slide considered part of that 8 out of 10? I mean, 6 to 8.
Yes, great question. It is. Yep. And if it would it be helpful for you guys if I upload mine on Schoology so you have like a frame of reference of what I'm looking for, I can do that today. Okay, I'll do that today. And Claire?
I'm sorry, just one more question pertaining to the email. So considering that it's a PowerPoint, right? You want just bullets. You don't want us to like write out like exactly what we're speaking about, just bullet points on our topic, correct?
Correct. Just bullet points, because a PowerPoint, a well done PowerPoint is not your, your speech. It's just what you want to highlight. Hence the name. It's a PowerPoint. I want to emphasize this point. That's what I'm looking for. Yep. Good question. And by the way, just for Ann Claire and for everybody, you never have to apologize for asking a question. Just want to put that out there. You just say I have a question. Kaisha?
I just wanted to ask, not like a serious question, but so I already submitted mine and I have five slides pertaining to the topic. So I just wanted to know if I would have like a lot of points taken off for not having exactly 6 to 8.
Yeah, I would encourage you to resubmit and add one more slide, because I'm looking to make sure that we all know how to follow directions as fully as possible. So yeah, I would just resubmit it, and I'll grade the most recent one that you submit.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'd hate for you to lose points over having one less slide. So good question. Any other questions on midterm? I know it's due tomorrow night, but I want to make sure that we're all clear.
I have a question. So one of my slides is a whole
Hold on,
picture.
Michael. Michael, I need you to please raise your hand because it's just too many of us to unmute. Sorry. Let's go to Miguel and then we'll go to Michael.
So for the flyer, we can't reuse the one that we did before if we're gonna like stick with the same topic, right?
Yeah, you could use the same one as before if you want to, if your flyer is about a presentation that you're giving.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Okay. Michael?
So for one of my slides is a whole picture. Will you count it as a slide or not?
I'm sorry, can you say that again, Michael?
So for one of my slide on the PowerPoint is a whole picture only. Will you count it as a slide?
If it's only a photo, but there's no text?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Hold on. Let me see if I can just find mine quick, and that way you have an idea of what, There we go. Is that it? There we go. All right. Show my screen. I'm gonna upload this on Schoology here in a few minutes. But here's my sample. Slide 1. Here's an email. As to the question Jason asked earlier, there is no to, there is no CC, there is no BCC. You're not actually sending it to anybody. You're just composing it. You're just screenshotting it, and that's it. I put my flyer and my calendar invite on the same page on the PowerPoint. So there's my first 3 things: email, and then here's my PowerPoint. So parenting and pandemic, nice colors. I can read it. No typos. Introduction. Staying on theme, staying consistent. Paradigm shift, being at your best. Photos are clear, they make sense. And then closing thoughts, Q&A. And that's it. All right, so I'll upload that here in a couple minutes so you have a frame of reference to work with. Yep. Kaisha, is your hand from earlier or do you have a new question?
From earlier, sorry about that.
It's okay. Michael?
Do we need a closing slide?
Yes, if you're, yeah, I would encourage you to do a closing slide. Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, you're not gonna, I mean, if you already submitted it and you're gonna go submit it all over again and you don't have a closing slide, I would not worry about that. But if you're doing a presentation, it would make sense to have a closing slide. Yeah. Any other questions? We can talk more about it tomorrow if you need to. I'll upload mine here in a few minutes. But before we jump into today's lesson, is Michael Perez here?
Yes.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a kind of beautiful day. A little cold, but not so bad, and feeling great. So Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, as I said, my name is Michael Perez. I am 19 years old. I was born in the Bronx, raised in the Dominican Republic, and I'm currently in the IT help desk support track.
Awesome. Awesome. What is a fun fact about yourself, Michael?
A fun fact about me is that I'm a car enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
I love cars. I can spend hours in YouTube looking at cars, reviews on how cars are made, and all that.
Nice. Oh, by the way, I forgot to spotlight you. That's the most fun part. All right. So do you have a particular car that you're like, this is my dream car?
Yes. My dream car since 7 years old is Ferrari Enzo. Yes.
Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. And what is a question that you want to pose to our group this morning?
My question would be, if you can have $1 million right now, what would you purchase with it? What would you do with it?
What would you do with your $1 million? Do you have to buy something or can you do whatever you want?
You can do whatever you want.
All right. So in the chat box, $1 million. What are you doing with your $1 million that you're going to get? Michael, what would you do? Would you buy yourself the car?
I will buy myself a car and I will invest it in real estate.
In real estate? Okay. In New York or in the DR or all over the place?
I will say DR.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, if I had $1 million, gosh, it's kind of fun to dream, isn't it? I probably would just buy real estate as well. Like what Sean just said, like buy like a nice, like my dream is to have like one of those nice big like brownstone houses like in the Bronx, like raise my kids there, have a backyard with vegetables. That'd be kind of nice. I would like something like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Michael, thank you so much for being our assistant instructor today. We appreciate the question. It's fun to dream what you would do with $1 million. And yeah, I would love to visit the DR one day. It's one of my bucket list places. I know it's a beautiful country.
It is. You should go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and every Dominican person I've ever met, I love. Dominican people are so lovely, so kind and fun and generous. So I really look forward to visiting
So
one day.
nice. Like Miguel. I can see Miguel right now.
Yeah, exactly. Buying land, I would invest it, a vacation home, a house, buy property, invest. I would turn it $1 million to 5 million, Bitcoin and land, invest, buy out my family's debt, save, buy mom a house, buy land, invest in a company, invest, give most of it away. Okay. Give it to charity, real estate, family house, buy mom a house. All right. Oh, Desmond, you're going back to Liberia. Okay, there you go.
Yes.
I'm paying my student loans off. Remaining $5 to buy a sandwich. Invest it. You would like a loft, a townhouse. Donate it. Brownstones. You'll need more than $1 million. Yeah, in some parts of the city for sure. We are nice people. Debatable, Audrey. All right. Tell my mom she doesn't work anymore. Gamble it all and double it. There you go. $1 million. You can have a lot of fun in Atlantic City with $1 million. So awesome. Well, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna do this. Last night, the deliverable was to watch the video about like the introduction to Excel. I want to spend just the first part of today's class. Was there anything that you guys felt like I want to discuss this more? I was kind of confused by this. This didn't really make sense to me. you can go ahead and raise your virtual hand. And also, we know we can learn from each other. If someone raises their hand and say, I don't really get this, and if someone's like, oh, I know how to do that, you can demo it. And if not, I can. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to kind of show our skills. Yeah, Matthew, was there something in the video that you wanted to chat about?
Not really pertain to the video. It's more of like a feature. Could
Mhm.
you add on multiple functions to each other?
Interesting. Like, what do you like? What way would you need to do that?
Like let's say you need something that involves, like, you were doing a report for compound interest of that sort. Would you have to use two different formulas for something pertaining to that?
That's an interesting question. I'm not sure. Does anybody know the answer? I might have to just Google that one. I never have done a formula with compound interest.
Because I know entering the program, they said something of the sorts, and like you can do it, but they never actually showed it in the demos.
It probably would be something that you would get, learn more about in advanced Excel. But I'm sure there's a way, because Excel, there's ways to do everything. But yeah, it's an interesting question. I mean, if anybody knows how, I mean, more than happy to have you share your screen and demo it. But to be totally transparent with you, Matthew, I'm not sure. So,
Thank you.
yep. Tyrell, did you have a question, or did you want to demo it?
I'm not sure how to demo it, like from a blank standpoint. But when I was a manager before in retail, we had to do Excel spreadsheets at the end of the night and at the end of the month. And you can do compound interest. You can do multiple functions in one cell. It's just the way you type out the formula.
Yeah.
There's a way you have to type it out, and it'll do it automatically.
Sure. Yeah, well, the thing that's great about formulas is you can put math equations in them, and they figure it out. So as long as you know your data, it is doable. So yes, I think to answer your more simple question is, can you put multiple formulas into a cell? And the answer is yes, you can. Yeah. And in terms of compound interest, sure, if you know what you're going to be multiplying it by, you could do that as well. Good question. Yeah, Izzy.
Yeah, in the video there was, I think it was called freeze formatting. I personally don't know when I will ever use that in a sense of in a business professional field. I wanted more clarity on that one. Like, when would I use freeze formatting?
Well, Izzy, to be honest with you, I've been working for, gosh, let me think here, 12 years, a lot of it with Excel, and I have yet to use freeze formatting in my professional life. Has anybody used freeze formatting? I mean, there's a lot of functions on Excel that, unless you're really doing complex, data sets, you would have no reason to use. I haven't. Daniel, have you used freeze formatting in your career?
Oh no, I haven't. But like you just said, if you're like on a complex spreadsheet, if there's a lot of cells and you got to zoom in, you might lose track of what spot you're in. So maybe you think you're on a row 3, but you're on a row 17. Maybe that frozen column would help out. So it's very situational. It wouldn't really be used every day.
Yeah, you brought that up, Daniel. That's a really interesting point. So I lied. I didn't make this sheet. Kachun did, but we use freeze formatting for tracking attendance. So we have everybody's name in the first column, and then like the date, and moving over, and then we can just go ahead and slide over to say, okay, Izzy was here this day, Oscar was here this day, Diane was here this day, and on we go. But that would be the only time that you would freeze a pane that I've used in my career. But yeah, I didn't make that. Kachun did. But yeah, beyond that, yeah, I can't really think of a time that I've had a need for that one. But yeah, that's also a good point that was brought up as well. I mean, if you're doing something like that, that could be helpful. Miguel?
I had to use freeze formatting once, but it wasn't in a spreadsheet that I made. It was one of my old supervisors made them. I used to work at the Intrepid, so then I worked at the education department. So I had to input like survey data, and then there were a whole bunch of like, I forgot what the columns were exactly, but I just remember when it wasn't moving, I was just like, did this break?
Yeah. And for those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, freeze formatting is the idea that like you could hold a column in place, and you can move the other columns around. You'll probably go more into that at advanced Excel, but that is the possibility to do that in Excel, which is kind of cool. All right. Any other questions before we jump into the pop quiz? All right, it's 10:58. Go to your Schoology, click on this course, click on Unit 4 Excel, click on deliverables, and there should be an Excel terminology quiz. It's only 5 questions long. If you see it, give me a green check.
I want to confirm it's called Excel terminology quiz.
That's the one. Yep. All right, so go ahead and open that up. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to complete that. This is on your own, and I'll see you guys at 11:08. You can go off camera. All right, folks, if you can please come back on screen. I found this video. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it yet because it's a little long, but this is a YouTube video on how do you do compound interest in Excel. There's a future value function, FV, in Excel that I never even knew existed, which is pretty cool. So this is an opportunity if you're interested in knowing how do you do that. Click on that link and enjoy the video. So hope you guys enjoyed the quiz. Hopefully it was easy. If you watched the video, it should have been a no-brainer. You should be able to do it in 30 seconds and go and get a cup of coffee or do whatever it is you need to do. I'm going to share my screen here and talk about this afternoon's or this morning's activity. Let me zoom in a little bit. So inside Schoology, I'll tell you here in a moment how you can find this. This is a sample budget of a family. So if you look over here, you have partner 1 earns $4,000 a month. Partner 2 earns $4,000 a month. They have a side business. They earn $1,200 a month, and they got $55 in refunds and reimbursements. All right. Over here, these are their expenses. Down the list it goes. We did this yesterday, so I don't have to spend a whole lot of time in it. And there's 5 questions that I'm posing over here in the F column that I want you and your team to figure out. All right, so I'm going to give you 10 minutes because we have to end class early today because I have to go to a meeting after this class. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes to open up the spreadsheet. No, we're not going to watch the video right now. You guys can do that in your own time. So in order to access the spreadsheet, you're going to go to Schoology. You're going to click on this class, Intro to Computers. You're going to click on Excel. You're going to click on Resources, and you're going to click on where it says Sample Budget. You're going to download that, and then you and your team are going to work collectively to answer those 5 questions embedded inside the spreadsheet. This is ungraded. This is just an opportunity for you to practice with your colleagues on the formulas that you learned about last night. What I would advise you to do is have one person in the room share their screen, and then everybody else work together to solve the questions. We'll come back at large in about 10 minutes. We'll report out what we came up with, and then we'll talk about the deliverables, and we will call it a class. I see Aunt Claire's hand is up. You have a question on what we're doing?
One quick question, just to confirm. On Excel, right? A whole sheet is called a the whole thing is called the workbook, and a single sheet is called the worksheet, right?
Yes, you got it. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's to be honest with you, Aunt Claire, I get it backwards all the time. It's confusing. But a single sheet is called a sheet or a worksheet, and the workbook is multiple sheets together. Yep, Sikander?
She said worksheet. It's just sheet, Aunt Claire.
It's just sheet.
For the single sheet.
A single sheet is called a sheet, not a worksheet. That's what you're saying. Okay. Okay, I thought you could use them interchangeably, but maybe not. All right, thanks for the clarification, Sikander. Give me a green check if you're able to download the sample budget. All right, excellent. Are there any other questions on what we're doing? You're getting with your team, you're answering those 5 questions embedded, and then we're coming back and reporting here in a moment. 10 minutes. All right, It's groups of 3. If you need me, just page me. I'll come into your room and help you out. If you can't figure it all out, if you get stuck on one, just go on to the next one. All right. Don't spend 8 minutes on one question. Just if you spend 2 minutes and you just can't figure it out, that's fine. Move on to the next one. All right, folks. Enjoy your rooms. Solo Dad, Kayla, are you guys able to join your rooms?
For the week to end, I know we had a short week, so I'm pretty excited for the weekend to come.
Great. Glad to hear it. Lauren, what's new with you?
The same.
The same. Yeah. Brandon summed it up. I love it. I learned this really cool trick with Zoom. I didn't know you could do this. So if you're on mute, I'm going to go on mute right now, and you press and hold the space bar, you can talk. Isn't that kind of cool? So if you just want to say something really quickly, like, hey, just press and hold it, and you can just say something quick. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I hope I don't accidentally like hold down the space bar, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Just in case there's background noise going on. So, yeah, I appreciate that. I figured that out yesterday in a meeting. I was like, oh, this is really convenient. It's because kind of annoying to go click in the corner and find the mute button.
I
So
think
awesome.
that kind of works for the video as well at times. The space bar.
It works for the video. What do you mean the video?
Like if I just pressed the space bar so it unmuted me, but sometimes you can use the space bar for the video as well. Like if you click the space bar, it takes up video and vice versa. But I forgot how to do that.
No, it's cool. Good. Yeah. Zoom has a lot of features they're always adding to. So yes, I was sharing with the group. If you press and hold the space bar, like if you're just going to say like here for like attendance, if you press and hold it, it unmutes you. This is awesome. We're not trying to search for the unmute button. All right. We got 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and do this part quick. First question, who wants to raise their virtual hand using a formula? How do you find out the percentage of the household income that the family used? Sikander, could you be so kind to share your screen and show us what your group did?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Thank you, sir.
So, I mean, to make everything easier, we did the totals since they were empty. So if you go to here, we did 100% minus B6, which is the total income, minus the expenses over the total income, which is also B6 again to get the percentage. And it's 98%.
Awesome. So there it is. So that family used 98% of their income went towards their expenses. Appreciate that, Sikander. Thank you so much. Somebody else want to raise their virtual hand? How would you add the family's total income in cell B6? What was that formula? You all should know this one because we did it yesterday. All right, Daniel, do you want to go ahead and share your screen?
Desmond, can you share your screen? Because I'm on my phone right now. I did it on my computer, but I can't like, share mine.
All right, Desmond, are you able to share your screen and show us the formula?
Yeah, can you go over to the where's the first part?
Yeah, we're looking for their expenses. I mean their income. Up there it goes.
There we go. Okay. So you would go to B2, cell B2. Actually no. You go to total right next to total and click on that cell where it says 9,255. You can double click it. Okay.
So you're going to input the formula manually up there in your. There you go. Yep.
So you can put equal B6 and then equal sum.
Yep. So go ahead and model that for us, please. Yep. Perfect.
Capital SUM. And then you would put parentheses.
Yep.
Open parentheses. B6.
Nope, no,
No,
B,
sorry,
no,
sorry,
B6.
B2, sorry.
You're good. You're good.
B2,
Yep.
colon B5. And then close parentheses.
Hold on 1 second before you press enter. Oh, it's okay. Go back again and press B6 for me. Thank you. So that those two dots, we call those colons traditionally, but in Excel, those are called through. Because what he's saying here is I want the sum of B1, technically it could be B2, B2 through B5. And then once again, we did this yesterday, but do me a quick favor. Let's assume side hustles were not so good this past month and he only made $500. Change it 1,200 to 500 for me. Business was not doing well. So now we earned 500. See how B6 changed because he did the formula. What some people do is they cut themselves short and they just do the manual math themselves. That's not a formula. The formula would change if you change the data set. All right, so thank you, Daniel. Thank you, team. Go ahead and stop sharing your screen. All right. Question number 3, using a formula, how would this family add groceries, restaurants, fun, and entertainment into one cell? Anybody besides Sikander want to show us? All right, excellent. Tyrell?
Sorry. Sharing my screen now. The third one. I just put it here. So up top in the function bar, you'll see I put equals sum, and I click the specific cells that they were in. So that's equals sum parentheses D9, D10, and D12. And when I put that there, it gave me the total amount just for those 3 of $1,000.
Excellent. So what did he do? He took those three numbers and then he went ahead and add them up. And the nice thing about that, just like last time, I won't make you do it because we just saw it. But if any of those numbers changed, it would also change the formula. Excellent. Thank you, Tyrell. Two more questions. Using a formula, how much money does this person have left over after paying all their expenses? Anyone able to figure that one out? Eli?
All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you guys can you see it?
Yep, we see it.
All right, so for ours, I'm going to just put it here, which is B6 minus D15, which is their total income minus the total of other expenses. And it came out to 225.
How much money they have left? Total income minus total expenses. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Excellent. Thank you, sir. All right. Last one. Let's see who's our true Excel wizards. What is the average cost per expense? Miguel, we have not heard from you yet for this activity. Let's go ahead and take a look at your work.
Share my screen and cool. All right. So for the average, it was the average cost per expense. So the formula did just equals and then start typing. Oh, we got to put it in all caps. Forget average and then open parenthesis. So it's all of their expenses. So that's D3 through D14. So D3 through, oh wait, D3 through D14, and then close parenthesis, and then you hit enter, and then their average cost per expense is $752.50.
Awesome. Now do me a favor, Miguel. Go to their childcare cell, which looks like it's D11. Let's just assume their daycare, they didn't need it for the month. They were out of town, and make that 0. All right, press enter. Now look how F16 changed because that bill was no longer there. That's the beautiful thing about Excel is you can, it's almost like magic. You can change things around and it keeps up with you. So thank you so much for demoing that. So I have to say, guys, I am really impressed at some of your skills with Excel. So just curious, in the last 5 minutes we have left, give me a green check if you've used Excel in your school or your work before, and a red X if you're like, yeah, I'm kind of confused right now. And be honest, like you're not going to lose points if you're like, yeah, I'm totally lost. All right. So I see a few red X's. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a like a tutorial, basically going back to understand Excel in a better way, because I want you to go into advanced Excel prepared, ready to go. Just to confirm, you guys all have access to Pluralsight, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Pluralsight's a really helpful resource. I'll share some links on Schoology later, and that'll help you get up to speed if you're feeling like, okay, this is a little bit too fast. I'm a little bit, confused. I want you to make sure that you're prepared for what's coming your way. All right, we're gonna hear from Izzy and Davian, and then we're gonna wrap up class for today. Izzy, you have a question or comment, sir?
Yeah, I just want to ask if you have any materials for us to practice so we can freshen up on our skills.
Yeah, that's a really great question. I'll upload some to Schoology as soon as this class is over. If you guys want to go ahead and refresh. And also, there's a person who I learned everything from Excel from this guy on YouTube. And let me just find his channel because he is fabulous. Let me just really quickly find him because I have him subscribed. I have like 3 YouTube accounts, so I also have to make sure I'm looking at the right ones. But I learned a lot from him. This guy, Kevin Stratvert. So let me go ahead and share his link. All right, go ahead and click on that. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to him. Very, very helpful. Really well done videos. This is what it looks like. He does more than just Excel as well. As you can see, he does Python. He does everything. But he's really good. Microsoft Teams, Excel. Like he'll teach you how to create a QR code. VLOOKUP is a really helpful resource. Pivot tables are my favorite thing within Excel. They're a lot of fun. You can do so much with those. But this right here, I mean, to me, it's like worth its price in gold. I mean, everything you'd want to know. PowerPoint, basically. This guy is like, anytime I'll teach a concept that I'm like kind of uncertain about, this is the first place I go, to Kevin's YouTube channel. So please subscribe to him. Super helpful. And Togruel, that's interesting. You used to have what in your old Schoology account? Can you clarify that, please?
Yes, Mr. Eric. Before we start all these schools, classes.
Yep.
We had our own Schoology account. We did sign in with our own email, Gmail, for example. So we had some information about the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. They sent us some, I think it was Coursera class. So we did watch before classes.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
but you don't have access to those materials any longer because now you have a new Schoology account. That's right. Okay.
Log into the old one.
You log into the old one. Okay. Would having that resource be helpful?
Yeah, of course, a lot.
Okay. By a lot. Okay. Let me do some digging on my end. Thanks for bringing that up, Togruel, and see if we can get those resources back to you so you have access to them. So great. Any other questions before we conclude class? All right. So let's go ahead and wrap up with our assistant instructor. Michael, thank you so much for helping out today. Can you go ahead and read the deliverables that are due?
We had deliverables. Is watch through Excel videos, respond to at least 2 posts by tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. Midterm due tomorrow night by 11:59 p.m.
And that's it. I have to run to another meeting. Always a pleasure to be with you all. Have a great rest of the day and see you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
Hey, Merrick.
Take care.
Bye.
Have a good one.